Hey everybody, I'm First Warn 5 Meteorologist Warren Sears as we continue this First Warn weather day. Winter storm moved through this morning and mostly wrapping up midday and into the early afternoon. We have a couple of hours of light snow showers, maybe a few more flurries. We also need to watch out for a few pockets of freezing drizzle as well. But road conditions out there shouldn't get any worse because we're not adding a whole lot more onto what we've already seen. Generally, a widespread 3 to 5 inches has fallen across the metro. I'd say 2 to 5 actually. We had some dry air work into the storm, so ended a couple of hours earlier, so we missed out on a few extra hours of snow. But generally, for the most part, impacts out there this morning. It was a really tough start to the day. I am starting to see some improvements, especially on major interstates, highways. It's the side streets, parking lots, sidewalks that are still impacted out there. So we are expecting to have probably tricky travel in through this afternoon and evening, but for the most part, again, the heaviest of your snow has fallen. So let's talk through the forecast through the rest of the day. We do have maybe a half inch of snow still on the table for some folks. We do think that the expectation is to have a little bit of patchy freezing rain as well, a couple more snow showers, but mainly done this evening. Impact slick roads likely into tonight, probably to start the morning tomorrow as well. Plows are, I know, making rounds and trying to get everything cleared off, but a lot of roads, and this was a good bit of snow. So be patient there, but hopefully you don't have to go anywhere this afternoon and can just hang out inside. That evening commute, if you are watching this at work or something, it looks to be much better than the morning commute. So here's a look at snowfall totals so far. As I mentioned right off the top, we've seen anywhere between 2 to 5 inches of snow for most of us. Rockport, Missouri was the highest reading I've seen so far at 5 inches. East Lawrence almost at 4. Lenexa at 3.5. South Olathe 3.5. Ottawa, Kansas City, Missouri, Trenton, Sheridan, all coming in right around 3 inches. Same thing for Williamsburg, Independence. The latest reading I've seen from you is right around 2.1 inches. So again, enough to be disruptive this morning to cause issues. This is a real fine powdery snow, and with the gusty winds out there, it's blowing around a little bit. So if you are going to measure in your yard and you have some drifts or anything like that, first, make sure you're measuring on a hard surface, not the grass, and take a couple different measurements and then average them all together. That can get you the best representation of how much snow really has fallen. So if you're wondering what's going on there with radar, we do have still a couple more light batches of snow coming in right now on the backside of the system. We also have some really cold temperatures, some bitter cold air that's funneling in from the polar region. And so you'll notice it out there today, especially into tonight. We've got dangerous cold and dangerous wind chills. This is a big storm system. It's bringing heavy rain and thunderstorms to the south and snow here to the Midwest and the Great Lakes region as well. So if we take a closer look at our radar, let me pull that up here. We do have some and a couple of interesting features with this. We have some dry air that's actually working into the middle of this storm. Very hard to forecast for. A lot of our computer models do not pick up on the dry slots that come in. So this one specifically, you can see in through right around where the picture box is with me in it, that north central to northeast part of Missouri, there's a huge gap there in radar. Our computer models were expecting that to be full of snow. So for that reason, after 8, 9 o'clock this morning, we had many hours of a lull. So that 3-4 hour window there of not having snow, that kept us on the lower end of our forecast. Still fell, though, again, in that 3 to 5 inch range for a lot of us. Now on the back end here, a couple more snow showers coming through right now. We're also getting some reports of a little bit of patchy freezing rain as well, which is also a culprit of having some dry air in the atmosphere in the mid-levels. So watch out for that. Could have slick surfaces, and we will have slick surfaces in through the rest of today. But once this last batch of spotty snow comes in, we should be done with the measurable snow. So this is mainly along and north of Interstate 70. This could give you all an extra half inch of snow, dusting to a half inch through the next few hours. So forecast track indicates that by probably 4 or 5 o'clock, a lot of us are done with the snow. Again, could have a little bit of light freezing mist or drizzle out there, but late evening and into the early overnight, our clouds actually start to clear, and we're expecting sun on Thursday, but with the clearing clouds, temperatures will drop, and we have a really cold start to your morning out there. I mean, it's already very cold right now, but it is going to get even worse. 17 is your current temp at KCI, 18 downtown. It is 17 in Olathe and 20 right now in Lee Summit. But your wind chills out there are probably more like the upper single digits, mid to upper single digits. And so that will be the case all day. We have a gusty wind out of the northwest between about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Not overly strong, but enough to make a difference. So travel into tonight, we're probably only going to warm another degree or two, maybe toward 20 degrees. We'll keep a few more snow showers around, though, into the afternoon. That light snow tapers off, but slick roads, side streets will stick around. And the friction of the cars on the roads during the day has helped, melt some of that on major roads and highways. And it's a little more slushy now. But as these cold temperatures stick around, and as soon as traffic really throttles back, you could get flash freezing on surfaces as well. So please watch out for that. Even if roads just look wet into tonight, we need to treat them as they're icy. So I would say overnight your lows will start to drop into the lower teens by midnight, and then single digits out the door in the morning. 5 is your forecast low. As I mentioned, clouds are going to clear. That northwest wind, though, 10 to 15. That makes your 5 feel more like 10 below. We'll only warm to about 22 in the afternoon on Thursday. Again, it'll be sunny, but very bitter with your wind chills out there especially. Look at what it could feel like in the morning for everybody. All the way down south, all the way up north, even 20 below maybe in Maryville near the Iowa state line. So these are dangerous conditions. Yes, it will be done snowing, but please make sure you're covering up any exposed skin. We haven't had numbers like this in a little while. Even by the afternoon, our feels like temperatures will probably only be in the single digits and teens for most of us. There is a system late week that I want to bring attention to. This could bring us a little wintry mix early Saturday and into Saturday night. The wintry mix is in place because we are expecting temperatures just above freezing, but later in the afternoon and early evening on Saturday, with some colder air coming in, we could transition over to a couple of hours of all snow. So maybe an inch on the board right now is possible, but because of the wintry mix in place, I don't think it'll be a big snow event, but it is something worth watching. All right, let's talk to your Security Bank 7-day forecast. We've got very cold air for a while. Probably not what a lot of you want to see. I know it is still February. We're in the heart of winter right now, and these are winter-like temperatures. Our normal high is 41, and we're well below that every single day. Even Valentine's Day on Friday, while it does look mainly dry, 38 is your forecast high. That's our warmest day of the forecast over the next 7 days. 18 on Sunday. Look at some of these mornings are really bitter. 5, 12, 6, 7, 10. So even into next week, we're going to keep colder air. Tuesday, actually, also, we're watching for another storm system that we might need to add a first warn to that could bring more wintry mix and snow to the area. So very active and very busy for now. If you missed the front of this, just know that there is a couple more bands of light snow coming through right now, maybe a little bit of freezing drizzle. Your roadways are improving. The crews are working hard out there. Roadways are improving, but side streets, sidewalks, parking lots, all those places need to have extra caution. And then as traffic slows down a little bit into the evening, watch for more flash freezing of wet surfaces, slushy surfaces as well, because it's going to get bitterly cold out there tonight. But on top of what you have now, I wouldn't say you won't add a whole lot more, I don't think, to your snowfall total. So what you have is likely going to be the higher end of what we're expecting from this storm. So hope you can hang out this afternoon and just work from home or whatever you have going on. But please be careful out there if you do have to get out and about, especially this evening and into tonight. Even though the snow's done, roads will stay slick. Stay warm out there. We'll get through this. Hopefully it's just a few more weeks of tough winter, and maybe we can work some warmer air back in here shortly. All right, we will see you coming up at 3:30 on KCTV 5.